Right, hello everyone, welcome back to FTRL and welcome to Monza for round 8 of season 10 in F2. Joining me in the box tonight as ever is FTRL Pagani, so good evening mate.
Afternoon. For those watching, yes it does say my name in the lobby, but I'm not actually in the lobby. I did click spectate, but it doesn't like me tonight, so yeah. We do only have 14 tonight, but, I mean, we are still expecting some very good racing from our F2 boys.
Yeah, well, one notable absentee is our current championship leader, Deneen. So, those in the chasing pack will be looking to make a sizable dent in that points difference. So Joe being 3 points behind in second, you've then got a 30-point gap back to Iceman in third. So Iceman in particular I think will be after a strong showing tonight.
You would think so. I mean, personally I would expect Joe to overtake Deneen tonight just through sheer consistency. He's had a couple of races where he's had some incidents the last couple, so we'll be hoping for a clean race tonight, but I mean, I'm going to put a name out there as an early shout. Don't all quote me on this at the end, but I'm going to tip Hammer Time to do well tonight.
Yeah, he enjoys Monza, does Hammer Time.
He does, and I'm getting it out the way now, so I don't have to say his name for the rest of the stream, so I can't jinx him. Yeah.
Okay, so
Did you have to come up pit lane?
yeah, I was just going to say about Joe. His qualifying sessions in recent weeks have been, I don't know, I think last week wasn't a great one for him at Silverstone. He tries to do the sort of harder compound tyre tactic, and I think with the strategies of the last two races it's not really worked out for him, and the way that Monza seems to be, I think it's going to be a similar case tonight, so he may have to go for that softer compound if he wants to set a decent time and try and keep out of trouble early on in the race.
Yeah, I mean, we saw from last night, I think 99% of the guys in F1 did decide to go for the soft tyre running qualifying. It is manageable to the one stop, but as we saw from the boys in F1, you do have to pit at the right time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, in the early going, we've currently got a Ferrari 1-2 on their home track.
We do indeed. I must say, the boys that have come up from F3, you've got Hijack, T. Smith, and FTRL Romelson, all did a very good job last week. So, I mean, so far Hijack and T. Smith are carrying on that good run. I expect good things from them tonight. Okay. Just seen we've got Aaron in the chat. Cool. Saying hello and shalom. Thanks, Aaron. Okay. Another one. We do have onto the podium, back down from F1. What can he do? He did bring onto the bus back out of retirement. Will we see it again tonight?
Right, we've got yellow flags in sector 2. I think that's Spike. Is that going to be out of the second chicane or in the Lesmos?
Second Lesmo on the left in the gravel.
Right, we've got Romelson coming to the line. 120.4 first run. Puts him 6th.
Well, currently the two Ferrari boys have gone quicker than what I did in qualifying yesterday, so nice to see people putting me in my place as usual. I am quite slow over one lap. I will not deny that. Joe Burns is out on track and has
Yep.
just started a qualifying lap on the medium tyre, as you say. It does like the harder strategy, so. Oh, T. Smith has no game sound. So to do a 120.2 is very good. I think Aaron's slightly broken as he says, team onto the podium for me tonight. Doesn't get anywhere near enough credit as a driver. I mean, I said one nice tweet about him. What more do you want? Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
Currently...
you had Connor going back to the Connor of old last week. He brought out the bus
in
the closing stages.
I mean, to be fair, Connor is... I suppose I don't know Connor is on the podium. He is very good at defensive driving. But he does have one or two weaknesses, but I'm not going to shout them out for everybody to hear. You'll have to find them out by racing him. So, have fun. But Joe currently setting a 120.6 on the medium tyre, which is a very good lap time. It's put him well in the mix of the boys on the soft tyre, so if he does come back out on the soft, you'd expect to see him challenging the top three.
Yep, so midpoint in quali, we've currently got a 19.6 as the provisional pole time at the moment.
We have indeed. I think that would put them in the top 10 of F1 currently for qualifying, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah,
I was 14th on a 19.9, so...
Yeah, well, last night's pole time of a 1:18.6 is well beyond my comprehension.
That's like the second and a half quicker than my time trial time.
Yeah.
So you've got Iceman just finishing his out lap. It'd be interesting to see what time he does on the medium tyre.
Well, we've got the Ferraris running quite close together on track. They're just coming through the Lesmos now.
A bit of slipstream action. I tried that with F3 and the Red Bulls last night, and yeah, I just got too much understeer through all of the chicanes. When you've got hammer time coming through Parabolic, I'm not sure if it's the end of an out lap or the finish of a time lap, but we'll soon find out. Jumps up to P9, so it was a time lap, but that puts him just behind his teammate who was on the medium tyre. So next is Iceman's gone off at the first chicane on his first time run a set of mediums. Oops. Onto the podium has reacted to my statement of him having some weaknesses, and he didn't appreciate it, so...
Quick up.
What's happened to Guy? Yellow flag sector 1. Not entirely sure what's happened to Guy.
As we wonder what happened to Goy, T. Smith just set a new provisional pole time. It's a couple of hundredths quicker than Hijack's time in the Ferrari.
Considering he hasn't got game sound, he's doing very well to time his gear shifts. Aaron saying Joe needs to get out onto the soft tyre with a lot of full stops in a sentence, so you must really want him to do it. Another driver who is doing well currently is Steph, P5. Hasn't really had the rub of the green this season. Running with no driver aids. I mean, not as many sort of stop and start corners on this track. I mean, obviously you've got turn 1. But
I was going to say, it was a gutsy move to come into a season and go from, you know, running I suppose with sort of a medium level of driver aids, and then just going, you know what,
Yeah.
go big or go home, and yeah.
Oh, some insider knowledge. Goy retired in the pit lane, so only doing the one lap on a medium tyre. Oh, T Smith has left. I wonder if we're trying to get game sound so we can do one last run.
Well, he's got time to try and work it out.
Well, Hijacked is going quite slowly on his outlap. I wonder if he's waiting for his teammate to get some slipstream.
Right, well, Joseph Burns has heard Aaron and gone out on the soft tyre. He's currently starting his flying lap, so he's coming around Curva Grande now.
Well, T Smith has rejoined. Academy is currently P5.
Yep, onto the podium has jumped him into fourth.
Got Nexus Cat's asking in the Discord if I've jumped back down into F2. No, not yet. I might do later. Judging by the speed of F4. Oh, Goy has refuted the claims that he retired in pit lane, saying he crashed into Raver's ego in the third sector. Okay. I mean, if Goy's crashed into it, you'd expect more crashes into it. It is quite large.
There we go, Joe Burns up into P2. Splits T Smith and Hijacked on in that trio on a 19.6.
And you'd think he does have time to get back to the pits and put another set of softs on and go for another lap.
You'd expect so. Now, a little bit of insider knowledge regarding Goy Carp. Earlier this afternoon, Raver's Revenge offered his services as a driver coach, to which Goy did accept. And Ravers, after seeing 2 or 3 laps of Goy in action, declined the opportunity. He took back the offer. Decided Goy was uncoachable. He's just that good.
Well, Liam reckons that Hijacked still has more pace in it. And he's currently in his teammate's slipstream.
So I did see the Ferraris backing one another up.
I'm not quite sure what River's comment says in the stream because I can't speak other languages, so I may need a translator. I'm not very smart. Don't expect. I can barely speak English.
Oh, slipstream worked.
There we go. Hijack with a 19.5.
Now, did Nexus Aspect fuel up enough so that they can return serve now? Oh,
Well, if the average is backed out,
I'll say just backed out of it.
Goycarp's reacted to your statement of you Goycarp being unteachable. He's just that good. He's quite happy with that statement, so. Poor guy. Liam suggesting Tom, so that's T Smith, needs to get a slipstream off somebody who's got no chance. I mean, he's only half a tenth off. So, I mean, you'd think that would be manageable. I mean, unless he's set the absolute perfect lap. Right, well, Nexus Iceman has just retired and he's in P12. Set one lap on the medium tyre. for Aaron, saying Ferraris look strong. I think this could be a 5 or 6 car train tonight, but for mistakes. He's now teasing us, saying he has a podium prediction, but he hasn't suggested what his podium prediction is. Oh, there we go. T. Smith hijacked and onto the podium.
Oh,
hijack.
Yep, Cat Mees has gone.
Oh, okay.
For Ascari. He hasn't retired the car, but I'm a bit surprised by that. But yeah, that's Katame's qualifying done.
Maybe he watched Aaron in the race yesterday, because he seemed to like going off for the Ascari yesterday. So.
Right, so T. Smith and Joe Burns lying second and third at the moment, are just about to start their final runs.
Oh, Steph's lost it, the second chicane. Hit that inside curb and it just touched away on the gravel on exit and spun the car inside.
Oh, yep, T. Smith's lap is dead.
What can Joe Burns do? That is the question. Not forgetting you've got onto the podium on a lap as well. Just coming through Lesmo 1.
Yep, you got say Hammer Time is still out there, but he's backed off.
On the podium through Ascari. Oh, that could be an invalidation.
I was going to say that looked touch and go.
Yeah, that's an invalidation. He's weaving. I might not be, I don't know. He's still in the high ERS.
So Joe Burns ran Parabolica. Can he improve on that 19.6? He does.
Indeed.
19.4.
Got Nexus Cats will be our last man to the line, I do believe. Currently in 11th.
So
can he improve?
That time from Joe has just put him within 1 point of the championship leader Deneen. Not racing tonight, of course.
Ravers coming straight in saying that Joe Burns is triggered because he wanted to start second. I mean, it sounds like a very Joe thing. But
it does.
I do think he will be happy starting on pole. He's had one pole before in performance, if I remember rightly, so...
So is that his first division pole?
I think it is. Lee suggesting hijack T. Smith and Joe for the podium. Anyone else with a suggestion of the podium? Drop it in the comments and I will try and read it out. I am a bit bad at doing it, but I will try. Oh, during qualifying we've had Jesper join, so he will be starting from the back, but it is another member, so...
Yeah, and am I correct in thinking he'll be starting on a default setup as well?
I would believe so. So, at best, that's going to be 1-6 wings. I mean, Honda, if he remembers to change it.
I mean, Jesper just needs to try and keep it on track then, because I suppose with 5 rounds remaining, including tonight's race, he is currently in around the danger zone for relegation. He currently sits on 2 points, with the bottom 3 going down, and they all sit on 0. So, at least him turning up, it does give him, I suppose, an outside shot of picking up a point or 2. we're being asked for our podium predictions, Pagani.
I don't want to say Joe, because if I say Joe, he'll then crash, and I'll get blamed again. I
am going.
P1.
Okay.
On the podium P2. And Nexus Cats P3. There you go.
Okay. I am going to go with a hijacked race win, a T Smith P2, and a triggered Joseph Burns in P3.
I mean, I do hope that my ghost card doesn't cause a massive collision.
Oh, have you got to do a China?
No, I'm currently spectating, but there is a car that has my name on it in the lobby.
And said car doesn't look ghosted to my eye.
It doesn't look ghosted on my eye, but...
Well, we'll soon find out what havoc that wreaks.
Oh, Lee's called you a copycat.
Do you know what? I didn't even read his comment.
Well, Joe is at the line and Hijacked is still in Parabolica. It's been a very slow formation lap from Hijacked. Obviously not wanting Joe Burns to get any tyre warmth.
Yeah, well, Joe's got some company on the grid already.
Oh, Cammy's not at the podium. Oh no.
Yeah, now Katamise is normally one to watch off the grid. He's normally a good starter.
Well, we saw Liam get a very good start in the Williams from P4 to P1 last night. Will we see something similar tonight?
Well, we've got 5 lights in Italy, and we're underway for round 8, and it looks like a good start from Hijacked. He's already ahead of Joe. T Smith's going to challenge into turn 1. Do they all get through cleanly?
Looks clean so far. Leave, everybody still has win. Oh, there's a Sauber. Rome, I believe, sideways in the braking zone into second chicane. Somebody lost wing, I'm not sure who it was. Believe it, Donzo.
Katami's going past onto the podium on the approach to Ascari. Nexus Cats on this lap has gained 6 positions. He's up into P5 already.
I said Nexus Cats and FTRL Cat have both just done hammer time on the straight before Parabolica. But Rom, Donzo and Goikarp into pit lane with damage.
Well, we've got a cat
Very
fight
close,
around Curva Grande. Oh
god, Nexus Cats is invisible.
Yep.
Oh boys. Oh, Cats is round.
Hammer
He's
times.
unghosted into tail. Oh, has Hammer Time got damage?
Well, I saw something fly up. I don't know if it was wing or a leaf.
I think Hammer Time is alright for front wing. I can still see an input.
I don't know what happened there. That was weird.
I want to say it was like the car was ghosted, but it still had contact with Cat on the outside. I don't know. I mean, my car does not look very ghosted.
I was going to say, the car that you vacated is having a blinder.
I can only apologise. I did click spectate. However, the 2-car battle at the front is becoming a 3-car battle as Joe Burns has got his acting gear and has caught the front 2 down.
Yeah, he just set fastest lap in doing that.
I mean, he's not going to be very happy that he dropped from 1st to 3rd on the first lap. I mean, currently, I think FTRL Cat will be happy. He's in clear air, got a 2-second gap to the car in front, 2-second gap to the car behind. He can just push, do his own race, and stay out of trouble.
Well, Hijacked wasn't able to break the DRS detection gap back to T. Smith in the opening couple of laps, so that's now in effect.
Rear is asking you put the tyres on the side.
There you are. Everyone on softs apart from Iceman and Spike at the moment.
I would have anticipated a couple outside the top 10 going for the medium, but I mean, maybe Donzo and Goy might have done, but they've had to pay for front wing damage. So.
I thought onto the podium was going to have a look at hammer time then, but pulled back in.
Oh, Joe is about to just drop out of DRS range of T. Smith. It's right on the cusp. If he has a bad Lesmo, he has not got DRS, and T. Smith has. Liam has asked, can you put the telemetry on also?
Oh, I was just about to do that, yeah.
Yeah. Lee suggesting that Aspect has dropped back a bit. He has indeed. He's dropped 2 seconds to Joe Burns, but is 2 seconds in front of Cat. However, Joe looks to have had a very good Ascari because he's got back into DRS range of T. Smith. As T. Smith is looking like he's happy in the slipstream. It is a very difficult circuit to keep your ERS up, so if
Hammer,
you can just
hammer time has no ERS left and onto the podium is passed. Meanwhile, behind, Nexus Cats has got past the Red Bull.
The vacant Red Bull. Oh, guys, I don't know if he's crashed at Ascari or. I wish there was a way I could just take control of my car from here and get it disqualified so it was out of the way. But I can't. Well, currently T. Smith has got 70% ERS, but he's had to use quite a bit to try and stay in Hijack's DRS window coming out of Ascari. And Joe is fighting for all he's got to want down to 24% ERS. I'd say the car currently in the best position is on at the podium. I mean, he does have a 4-second gap, but he does have a lot of ERS left. Oh, Nexus Iceman and Nexus Cat's having a battle in the turn. First chicane. Nexus Iceman coming out on top as Cat's had the shortcut the chicane. what will happen in the second chicane, I'm not sure. Cat's looking around the outside. Iceman leaving the room, but Cat's again has to cut the chicane. Quite a ferocious battle between teammates brewing.
Yep, it's a little bit Hass in real life, isn't it?
Oh, Cat's up the inside of Biscari. Oh, there's a bit of contact. Definitely real like Haas now.
Yeah, that's going to upset Gunter on the pit wall.
It is indeed. I don't want to say what he's probably thinking as we've seen
But
from the Netflix show.
Have a look behind this, because Prototype Steph's on his way onto the back of this. I say that, I mean, he caught it. It's a fair play.
I was going to say, had a little slide through Parabolica.
Sorry, Steph.
But locked the fronts. Kept it going in a straight line. Yeah, I do hope that my unghosted ghost card does not get involved. I do hope. Well, Joe Burns is definitely falling out of DRS now. He's 1.3 seconds behind T. Smith.
Hammer time since getting passed by onto the podium has sort of stuck around that 1 second window.
Oh, onto the podium was very sideways coming out of the Ascari. That's allowed Hammer time to get closer. He might get DRS down the next straight, but it's going to be tight.
I think it was just outside it over the detection line.
Aaron asking if my car is ghosted. I don't believe so. It doesn't appear to be ghosted.
I mean, I'm on board with it now, and it looks solid.
I will say, it looks very solid. However, other than that, I would suggest our closest battle will be our lead pair. However, Hammer Time has just got back into DRS range of onto the podium. However, can he keep it through the Lesmos? That's the question. Oh, onto the podium had a very bad run through Lesmo too, but they stayed safe because Hammer Time has not got DRS.
I mean, yeah, out in front it looks either Hijack's managing this very well, or T. Smith is happy to just sit in that DRS window and save the battery. Just make Hijacked use his.
Yellow flag sector 2. What's happened to Rom? I think Rom's had a spin through Lesmo 1. It does appear to have a through. Oh, he's lost it again! Oh! Oh. Yeah, he's not recovering that one. Unless he has a truck.
Yeah, I think that just caps off a disappointing 8 or 9 laps for him. Oh, Hijack very sideways out of the second chicane.
I do believe that T. Smith is just staying in his DRS window and just chilling at the moment. He's got 95% ERS. Meanwhile, Hijack is having to use it to try and break the DRS window. He's up to 46%. I mean, Hammer Time was within the 1 second window over onto the podium, but he's now dropped to 2 seconds, and next Iceman is...
We've lost Aspect.
Happened to Aspect.
Ascari.
It is a very difficult corner.
And
Oh, hijack's in
well,
pit lane.
I say hijack's boxed.
Oh, Nexus Cats is in the gravel at Ascari.
So all of that battery that T Smith's banked, I imagine he's going to deploy a bit of that now on what I would expect to be an in-lap.
You would anticipate, so I mean, undercut can be quite large around here. Oh, Nexus Cat's got a 5-second time penalty for speeding in pit lane.
Yep. Well, Jesper, considering he's probably running on a default setup, is currently running P8. And I know some of the front runners have boxed. Well, he's only jumped Catamies in fairness. So he's a net P9 at the moment. Is Jesper. Now,
Your comment about my car is going to keep TRS entertained. It looks very solid. That's going to keep me chuckling for the rest of the race.
glad I could be of service.
Well, Hijack has.
I was going to say, speaking of your solid car, Hijack's gone around it rather than try to go through it.
Well, T Smith, as Liam pointed out, got about a 2-second gap to Joe Burns on that one lap. So I suggest he may have been pushing.
Well, I think T Smith might have just got held a little bit there as Joe came into the pits.
Hijack's going to put across the start-finish line. Yeah, he's still got the lead, well, the net lead. Well, Rome slipped in turn 5 and crashed because his tyres overheated on the next corner, so it is definitely unlucky that overheating tyres is a killer on this game.
Oh, T Smith's in the gravel on the exit of the second chicane. Catamies might be about to get a helping hand from his teammate because Joe Burns came out behind Jesper.
I mean, we'll see down this
Oh,
patch.
no,
Jesper's on the gravel.
Jesper's gone wide, so that's put paid to that.
It would appear that my curse of the commentator has gone to you this week, so that's
Yep,
alright.
yep, it's my turn, so yeah, I think you're safe.
Oh, yellow flag sector 2. Not sure what that was for, but Jesper's let Cat go. Onto the podium is in pit lane. Does tend to like run a bit longer than onto the podium and gives him fresher tyres towards the end of the race. Jesper has also went to pit lane.
Yeah, well, onto the podium didn't pit on the last lap because T Smith did, so didn't want to queue up behind him.
Well, I must say, both Mercedes are doing a very good job of looking after the ERS currently. Both probably the only cars over 70%. However, Nexus Iceman, who started on the medium tyres, is currently up front with a 3-second gap to Hijack. And as I found out last night, the medium tyre, there isn't that much drop off on it. I was able to stay in Dutch's DRS for 2 laps. So they might only catch him by half a second a lap rather than a second and a half as it would be on other tracks. Well, Joe Burns has just scythed his way past my unghosted ghost car. So that's good. However, that little hold that you saw T Smith get in the pits has given Hijack a 2-second lead.
Yeah, it didn't look like a massive hold, but that coupled with the fresh tyres on hijacked at the time, it's given him a second and a half in total. He's starting to close in on Iceman.
Obviously, will Hijack lose a little bit of time with Iceman, because Iceman will be fighting for position. I mean, he's still there, he's due to pit, but he doesn't have to give the position up.
So I wouldn't expect to see Iceman in the pits for another 2, maybe 3 laps.
I would say probably lap 16, that's where Jeff tells you to pit. And I would suggest that Hijack and Iceman probably going to be our closest battle, so... However, T. Smith has pulled 3/10 since the last time I looked, so he is closing. But Hijack will be getting in DRS zone soon, so... It is very difficult to close on the car in front if the car in front does have DRS. We have a yellow flag set to 3.
That's a Scary.
Oh, that's Spike.
It's Spike.
Does he have front wing damage? He does. The left hand side of that wing. And Matt Causer just joined and figured out that I'm commentating and driving. Yeah, I'm not driving, Matt. I spectated the lobby and it put me in a car, so I left the lobby and we have an unghosted ghost car.
No, Pagani, multi-talented, driving and commentating at the same time. Right, Hijack's now within DRS range of Iceman.
Well, Academy's is closing up on the back of Joe Burns. I reckon another lap and he will be in DRS range. Right, does Iceman go defensive? That is a question. He does. Hijack's gonna have to go around the outside. He gets the move done before the break-ins on though. Put him back into first place. Oh, so Rom was trying his first race without ABS. It looks like it just bit him today, unfortunately. But I mean, he's already a quick driver, so if he can learn to drive without ABS, he'll just go even quicker. So. The question is now, where does T. Smith catch Iceman? If he catches him on a straight, fair game, but if he catches him coming up to a chicane, it's just going to cost him time to hijack. Spike staying out of the wedge before Ascari.
Iceman peels right, he's in pit lane.
Well, that saves T. Smith having to overtake him, but the gap is back out to 2 seconds.
Now, where will Iceman come out of the pits?
Probably just behind Hammer Time, I'm going to suspect. Well, not just behind, but I mean, Steph's just coming to the line now.
Yep, he's got a fresh set of soft tyres now, so what can he do with them from here?
Well, from experience yesterday, it was the quicker strategy to put the softs on at the end. However, when I did it, all of the quick boys were coming in as well, so... But yeah, you can push more or less to the end of the race and not worry about tyres from here, so... Yeah, I'd anticipate him maybe catch Hammer Time towards the end. But...
Right, well, Catamies will already have to be wary about his fuel situation.
I must admit, if there's one track I'm not going to win the fuel at, it's probably going to be Monza. But there is a lot of time around the red line, but I'm not going to question it. He knows what he's doing. Former F1 driver, he has had good races at Monza from recent memory, so I mean, if he can just eke out that 2/10 and get into Joe Burns' DRS, he could see a fight towards the end of this race, if not sooner. Aronson, this is going to get spicy.
Yeah, that gap between Hijacked and T. Smith has come down sort of 7/10 in 2 laps.
Cat's picked up a penalty, and Iceman has closed a second on hammer time in a lap.
Yep. So I think we're going to get a couple of battles towards the end of this.
Cat's got DRS. I think Cat and Joseph Burns are going to be fighting to the end of this race now. But Cat is taking extremes of track limits. He's just picked up a penalty, and I think he's got a warning at Ascari already. Judging by the line.
Yeah, now the question is, does Joe sort of settle for P3 here, but know about those penalties that Cat's got?
Well, Lee says he can hear Joe swearing from here.
What, because
Nexus Iceman's closed 2 seconds. He is flying. And Raver's confirming that yes, Joe is swearing right now.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, any points today will put him equal. Wait, after 2 points he gets a ball, will put him equal top if he finishes 10th. So, Cat does have a penalty.
I was going to say, as long as Joe sees the checkered flag in the points, he'll retake the championship lead.
Well, Iceman is within 1/10. Oh, T. Smith has picked up a 3-second penalty. Is that race over now? Unless Hijack picks one up in the latter stages.
Now, interestingly, this battle between Hammer Time and Iceman, these are the guys that are currently 3rd and 4th in the championship.
Hammer Time's fighting it. Yellow flag sector 3. What's happened?
Well, it's out of Ascari and it looks like a Red Bull again. Off in the distance.
I would suggest Spike, unless my Ghost cars had an incident.
I don't think Hammer Time's going to be able to resist this move.
Nah, pulls back into the slipstream. I mean, you anticipate Iceman to, I don't know, 5 seconds in 8 laps, the tyres will die off towards the end of the race.
And then, of course, once he gets there, we saw last week, I think he found out last week just how hard it is to get past onto the podium.
Well, in the meantime, Cat has picked up a 2nd penalty and fallen out of DRS.
And T. Smith is within DRS of Hijacked.
There's a lot of things going on currently.
Yeah, and it's the gap's come down at the front. It's not like Hijack's been saving battery or something, because you know he's only got a quarter of it left.
By the sounds of it, then he's had a wiggle somewhere, and T. Smith is going for it. Down the inside, it's first chicane, Hijack around the outside, zoom inside for turn 2, but a switch back is on the cards.
T. Smith gets it done. And of course he's watching, wait for it.
Well, Cat is back around 1.1 seconds to Joe Burns.
Oh, Hijack's in the gravel.
I mean, if he keeps doing that, T. Smith could get the 3 seconds. He doesn't look happy on his medium tyres. Oh, but T. Smith put it in the gravel at Lesmore 2, sorry. Wow. His front two are battling. Nexus Iceman has got the gap down to 3.4. He's close 2 seconds.
Oh, T. Smith very wide out of Ascari.
Aaron's asking, do the top 3 have any pens?
Well,
from memory, T. Smith has one, but I'm not going to check.
I say T. Smith definitely has one, and I'm not sure about Hijacked and Joe. I haven't seen their names come up.
Honestly, I'd rather wait till the end and watch everybody move about in surprise.
Yep.
Oh, Hijack got very close into turn 1.
I say almost pushed T. Smith through the first chicane. Iceman down to 2.5 seconds to onto the podium.
Aaron's put TPP in the chat and I don't know what that means. Don't know. Look, Hijack in the gravel again, coming out of second chicane.
Yep, it's 2 laps in a row. He's pushing.
To open the gap to 9.5 tenths though. A second, did he get DRS or not? Did not. He's out of DRS range. Can T. Smith now pull 2 seconds? That's the question.
Well, I think Cat had a couple of cool-down laps and he's now back within DRS range of Joe.
Oh, Joe's very wide in the first part of Ascari. Has allowed Cat within 3 tenths. Good to be moved on the start finish shirt. I mean, Hijack's got back into DRS but doesn't have it down the main straight, so he doesn't use all of his ERS. And Iceman has got the gap down to 1.6 to want the podium. And we did say before this race that the pressure is on Joe with Denis not being here tonight. He's not letting it show so far.
I mean, if Joe does hold on to this podium place, he'll be happy with that, I would think.
Joe's never happy.
Alright, he'll be a triggered happy.
Well, T. Smith's got it to 1.6 seconds. He's pushing.
Yep, knows he needs to get the gap.
Aaron reaffirming my point that Joe will never be happy.
Yeah, I realised what I said as the words left my mouth.
Well, Nexus Iceman has got within a second of onto the podium. I mean, Catmaze has got DRS, he's using the RS, but he's just not getting close enough to Drew. I wonder if he's got a higher downforce setup and just not having that straight line speed.
Right. Iceman's coming, but he's not going to be close enough into the first chicane.
Well, Aaron's suggesting that I'm driving very well in P10 currently, but thanks. For reference sake, I'm going to guess that Cats will be promoted. Everyone behind me will be promoted one, so Cats is currently P10. So. Oh, has T. Smith had a wiggle because the gap's back down to 1 second?
I was going to say that has come down a bit.
Oh, I just got the curb through Ascari. Oh. Got the curb going to the right of Ascari. Did very well to catch it. Yellow flag sector 2. What is going on in sector 2? Oh, it's fake. He's letting people through.
Well, Cat and Joe were side by side on the way down to Ascari, but Joe held the position.
Well, that wiggle from Hijack's opened the gap back out to 2 seconds. It's going to be tight at the end of this race with a 3-second penalty. Oh, next is Iceman on the back of on the podium, just open DRS.
Here he goes.
He's gone defensive, but can he do anything?
He's
on the
kept,
inside.
he's
Oh,
kept his nose in there.
Iceman has to cut the call on it. Oh!
Hijack's picked up a penalty. Iceman got 5 seconds for that move.
I think you boys in the shoes are going to be having fun tonight.
So I think that might get. I'll be seeing that again.
However, Hijack with a penalty could have decided this race.
I say, to my thinking, that evens T. Smith and Hijacked out on penalties.
It does by my memory, and Hijack is struggling through Ascari. He can't touch any of the curbs or the car gets very sideways. So now really the battle is going to be between Joe Burns and Cat and me.
I was going to say, who is going to get this final podium spot?
I mean, we know Cat's got 2 penalties.
Yeah, does Joe know that?
I mean, I have visions of him just saying, wow.
Well, Cat's going to send it.
He is, but it...
Switch back.
Go for the switch back.
No,
just
Joe,
to make Aaron happy, but...
Joe had the traction.
Imagine if Cat pulled the switch back.
He's got the run down to the second chicane. And Joe lifted off there.
Yeah, Joe wanted no part of that whatsoever. So I would suggest that he knows that Cat has a penalty.
So,
or he knows that he's going in the championship lead if he finishes 4th.
I mean, I'm going to suggest that Joe knows about Cat's penalty and will now just be happy to sit on the back of that Renault.
Oh, but he is gaining.
No, he's eased off.
Yeah, I was going to say, Cat must have been saving ERS because Joe was in no ERS for most of that straight and was still gaining.
Right. So I don't imagine we're going to see a fight now over 3rd. I think Joe's
the gap at the front
going to take that on pens. I think the battle for the lead is settled.
And I think that's about it for battles at the moment. Everyone's sort of got a nice gap between them.
Joe's, well, I say that, Joe's going for it at turn 1 and he's back ahead.
I mean, Joe doesn't like being overtaken. But do you want to risk a championship lead over it? When you're going to get the position anyway? I don't know. Oh! Oh! I wasn't sure if Cat was going to send it or if he was just going to stay behind there. But does a smart thing, stays behind Joe. We'll give him DRS for the straight after Lesmo 2. T. Smith's car looking very planted through Ascari, the complete opposite of Hijack's car currently. Well, T. Smith has started the last lap. And I'd suggest anything besides a crash, and he's got this race won. I shouldn't have said that.
No, you're right, it's my turn tonight. If I'd said it, then...
Right, well, Cat now has 70% ERS. Where is the one place he's going to try it?
Down to Ascari.
Down to Ascari, or hope he gets a good run through Ascari and on the back straight into Parabolica. I mean, he's in a hot lap through both Lesmos, so going for the best run he can get.
I mean, Joe's in overtake mode as well, so...
It's going to be down to Parabolic, I reckon.
And there's another penalty. Yep. Oh,
that's 3.
Oh! I thought Cat was going for a trip then.
Oh, T. Smith is round Parabolica.
Yep, and he's across the line.
Crosses the line.
And that's his maiden F2 win. Hijack's crossing the line in second.
Joe Burns holds on to his podium in P3. Cat finishes P4, but I think he had 9 seconds in penalties, but we're going to find out. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I don't know, Iceman had that 5-second penalty for...
I was going to say, as it is, onto the podium's P5, Iceman's P6, although that will get sorted out in the steward's room later on. Yeah. Hammer Time home in 7th. Decent enough race from him.
Prototype Steph into P8. I mean, it's good points for Steph. I think he'll be happy to finish a race with only one minor incident with him half spinning at Parabolica.
Jesper's picked up 2 points for P9, so that will help him a little bit in the relegation fight. Nexus Cats is going to finish 11th on track, but will get promoted up to P10 once we remove Pagani's car, which shouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
And Donzo will pick up another P11.
Well, T. Smith has told me that he can't do a podium interview because he has people at his house, so... Unfortunately, we won't be able to speak to our race winner.
So if we speak to Hijacked Joe and Cat, we'll have 2nd, 3rd and 4th once again as we did last week.
Cool. Well, for once, they're all on my friends list and appearing online, so it makes it less work for me. I'm quite lazy.
So T. Smith picking up his maiden F2 win, Hijacked with another 2nd place. Joe Burns picking up the final spot on the podium. Will reassume the championship lead with Deneen's absence. Cat in P4 onto the podium, rounds off the top 5, although his position and Iceman's position will be decided in the steward's room. Hammer Time 7th, Prototype Steph 8th, Jesper 9th and Cat in P10.
Just waiting on him, Mr. Triggered. I mean, knowing him, he's probably triggered, so he's probably going to punch something. Well, what I'll do is I'll invite all 3 of his accounts in case he's already changed.
So while we wait for Joe, if we can just make sure that everyone's got their voices allowed to be shared.
Yeah, they are.
Oh. Alright, he's here. Right. Mr. Triggered has come among us.
Okay, well, T. Smith took the race win, but as he can't chat to us, we will start with our 2nd place driver, Hijacked. That's 2 2nd places in a row. You happy with that result?
I am and I aren't. I am and I am not even. Yeah, it's a good result ultimately, but I think probably about halfway through that race, I think it was probably clear to see that was my race to lose more than anything else. I had a series of bad laps. think you guys saw me go off into the gravel through that second chicane over and over again.
Yeah.
I just lost my rhythm that I was in, which I was quite comfortable with, and just lost it and couldn't get it back for a good few laps. By the time I got it back, I just stayed the same distance from T. Smith again. So that was my race to lose, and I effectively did that. But as a result, I can't be mad with that. 2 second places after going up a league, you can't really scoff at that. But yeah, congratulations to T. Smith, by the way. I know he's not in the lobby, but congratulations to him.
Now, we saw in qualifying you and Aspect deploying the slipstream tactic. Had you discussed that earlier? Were you in a party working that out, or was it just sheer luck that it happened?
No, we have discussed it before. I think there's comfortable enough time to do 3 qualifying laps. So we essentially decided that we're going to go out, do a safe bet lap, just so we've got a time on the board. The fact that we were one behind the other on that first lap was just more coincidence than anything else. And I don't know why other people aren't doing it yet, to be fair. I mean, you see it in IRL F1, you see people give each other a toe for qualifying. And it's just a bit of teamwork, really. We've been sort of discussing it and whether we want to sort of use it. That being said, my toe lap really wasn't that great. I was 2/10 behind on the back straight. So it does make a difference, and I'd be surprised if you don't see other people start to cop onto it as well and do the same.
Well, it's only going to be the F3 boys that get a chance to cop onto it. So, yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Monaco, can you?
No. So, speaking of Monaco, being the next race, how are you going into that one? You know, is it just a case of survive, keep it out the barriers, or is there a sense of, you know, I can do well and I am going to give it a good go?
Well, I know I'm probably not the quickest on the grid when it comes to Monaco, but I think ultimately it's going to have to be a give it everything or nothing. There's no point qualifying half-heartedly and going halfway down the grid, because that's where you're going to stay. So when it comes to qualifying, when it comes to the race, I'm just going to have to go absolutely all out. Otherwise, there's no point doing the qualifying, because if I'm going to drive at half measures, there's no point in me driving. So I'm going to be giving it all, everything I've got come Monaco.
Okay, so from next week we've got 4 races left. Tonight's result would put you on to 34 points, which would be within 14 points of Iceman, who currently sits 3rd in the championship and in the final promotion spot. Is that something you're targeting?
But yeah, essentially. Like I said, when I joined on for the first of my race in F2 last week, I sort of looked through the grid. Now, obviously, we've lost some of the top guys from F2 that have been promoted up to F1, so we've lost some of the major points players. But that has left a bit of a space and a bit of breathing room for people rejoining. So again, with T. Smith, I think me and him will probably be vying for those that 3rd step on the podium overall. I think second's well out of reach, but that 3rd step on the podium for the championship is definitely doable. It just depends on, out of me and T. Smith, who does better overall.
Okay, well, congratulations tonight. It was a solid night's work, and good luck for next week.
Thank you very much.
Well, Mr. Joe Burns.
Mate.
Pole position.
Yeah, that came out of bloody nowhere. That. Yeah, I just found some mad time from through Ascari. Just seemed to hit around the sweet spot, probably better than I've done through all my practice. I mean, I think that time was actually quicker than any time I've done in time trial as well. So good time to get it, right?
Well, those 2 points from Paul put you within 1 point of Deneen before you even started the race. So at a P3 regained you the championship lead. So, I mean, you said before that you're just taking it one race at a time, just crack on, doing your own race. But I mean, does the championship play on your mind just a little bit now? Season's coming past halfway. We're closing stages. It's all
Nah,
coming
not at
together.
all. The second I start thinking like maybe I could win the championship is when all the pressure will come, and I'll probably start trying to overdrive and things like that. So I'm just gonna again turn up every week, see where I sort of finish, and we'll just sort of take it from there. But at the moment, it's looking quite good. Obviously, Denis not being here this week, which obviously helped a bit though.
I mean, looking at the race, I mean, pole position. I mean, drop back to P3 early on. Do you think that was just your natural pace sort of led you in the race? You're just happy podium.
Yeah, I mean normally I get pretty good starts, but first time on pole I was thinking, don't get a bad start, please don't get a. And because I was overthinking it that much, I ended up getting a bad start. So yeah, I kind of just bogged down a little bit. I probably could have been a bit more aggressive through turn 1 and 2, but I saw T Smith on my inside, so I just tried to give him a little bit of space, which kind of got aspect in a little bit. I think I contacted him a little bit, but I don't think it was anything major. Kind of just went through there.
Well, I know what you mean about starting on pole. It does sort of tempt you a bit. I mean, I started on pole in F2 and jumped the start, so you did better than I did. So.
Yeah. No, yeah, not too bad.
Well, moving forward, you got Monaco next. How do you feel it's going to suit you?
I mean, I'm one of the only admins that normally votes Monaco to get onto the calendar, so I do quite like it. I was quite quick around there on the last game. I've not driven it much on this one, so I'll have to sort of find out where my pace is. But I'm kind of looking forward to it. I quite like driving Monaco. So.
Well, I mean, the double points finish for McLaren yet again today.
Yeah,
looking quite handy. Is it?
Terry did a great job.
I say looking quite handy as a partnership. You reckon team's title is still in reach, or?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, every time. I mean, obviously Terry sometimes misses a race due to work, which is unfortunate. But every single time he drives, we seem to get a good solid result each. So I think we both didn't get a penalty either, so that's an extra point as well towards constructors, which is nice.
Well, congrats on another podium this season. I'm getting back in the championship lead and pole position today. I think it's been a good day all in all. So, congrats on that, and no doubt we'll see you at some point again this season.
I hope so.
Yeah, well, before I interview Cats, Aaron just wants to pass on his congratulations to everyone. So, right, got that out of the way. Catamies, P4, that was a bit more like it, wasn't it? That was a better drive.
I think that was actually my worst race so far. Or like.
You think so?
My qualifying was so bad. Like all the practice runs and everything, I didn't get invalidated lap time even once. And now when it was the race and the qualifying when I needed the lap, I just couldn't. It was an awful lap I made, and I think I could have challenged the pole there. And then the race start was awful because I was like on punching bag and I lost like a million places there, and then I was just really angry at everyone, and then I was just pushed. And I just wanted to catch people in front.
Well, you did catch people. You caught Joe. Now, despite you having the penalties, you two had a pretty decent scrap for the last couple of laps.
Yeah, I just wanted to have some action, even though I knew that I will drop behind because of the penalties.
I didn't appreciate that.
Well,
but still,
that
P4 is still.
I was gonna say P4. That's done you a solid in the standings, because I think that now puts you on level points with Hammer Time. For P5, I think Hijacked is going to jump the pair of you, but you'll only be 2 points behind him. So it's not looking too bad with the points. So 4 races left after this one. Where do you see yourself for the last 4 races? What can you do?
Nothing. There's Monaco. That's just DNF for me. There's Hungary, I believe. I'm always 2 seconds slower than everyone else there. And I don't remember the last 2 races, but I think the Hungary and Monaco will screw up my chances to fight, and I think I will stay at like the 5th or 6th position in the standings.
Okay, fair enough. Well, like I say, 4 races left. We wish you all the best for the rest of the season. Well done tonight. Might not have gone your way, but it was still a decent drive in the end.
Yeah.
So that will conclude the podium interviews for tonight. We've got F3 tomorrow. Once again, round Italy, and that will round off round 8 of season 10. So join Aaron and Will, and we'll see you then.